What's up? It's Lord Mav. I ain't record one of these in a minute, and I don't even really feel like doing it right now, but I was just trying to keep the flow going. I'm still in this little slump of just not really feeling like doing nothing creative. It's like at the moment I can't really rap too good, or the shit that I'm writing, it's like not hot. But I got something I could put out, like I said before, and I got two other like mixtapes I was working on that I could also, if I just finish them, then I'll have content I could put out for a while through the slump. But I figured I should just talk about like America in general. That's like my favorite topic. I wanted to actually go to school for something political, but I was um I was kind of torn between should I go to school for film because that's what I was always interested in, or should I go to school for political things because I hate the way this country is set up. And it's like I didn't know, and so even though I tried to do the I think it's like Full Sail. You could do the classes online. I tried to do that, but it's like I didn't finish the application process because I still wasn't sure of what I wanted to do. So it's like a lot of things. I could have been somewhere solid in life right now, definitely, but I'm so indecisive, and it's like there's so many things that I want to do that I kind of get caught up in the thought of it. I actually went to what's this place? I don't know it, but I went there to do the building thing, like the construction, try to learn construction and all that, but I only went for a couple days. It's like a nigga always quit shit. So that's what this is about too. With this Anchor podcast, it's like just keep making it, keep getting your thoughts out there because it'll clear your mind and it'll be something that you could look back on in the everyday and be like, yo, you was making them. And you got views on some and you shared it, and if you keep sharing it you could get even more views and have more people looking at it, and that'll be something that'll give me motivation for other things. It's all about keeping it moving. And this is gonna all be about America. So recently I was on Facebook scrolling like a couple minutes before I made this, and it was somebody talking like there was the talk was about abortion. Some girl on my Facebook, she put up um something like a man doesn't have a basically a man can't say nothing about abortion, like keep your business to yourself because you can't tell a woman what to do with her body. So with that, I'm like, that's nonsense. Like that's America right there. We got a lot of twisted mindsets where even though you don't want to put women down as they've been put down in the past, which I don't believe is still like that. When a woman is put down nowadays, it's really isolated cases because most of the time niggas respect women. You even got instances where people on the train or out in public and you see like a drunk dude disrespecting a woman too hard and somebody else will come at him and they'll end up fighting even though nobody knows this girl. You know? People are protective of weaker things. Yeah, you might see that as something bad that men see women as weaker things, but that's just what it is. That's life. You gonna get mad at a lion or a fucking what you call it, like a cheetah chasing a gazelle, and you like, yo, why he chasing the gazelle? And the cheetah like, yo, that's a gazelle, nigga. I'm faster than the gazelle. And you like, nah, man, y'all gotta be the same. It's like regardless, nigga, I'm eating this shit, and that's what the drunk dude is thinking. So the motherfucking stronger animal, which is the other man, has to intervene and save the woman because she's weaker in most instances. You know. So that's the problem with America, niggas trying to give women this high position and make them God. Like can't nobody tell them nothing and they can never be wrong. You know? A man has a position in that because that's his seed inside of you. And y'all did this together. So really it's not about you doing it or him doing it. It's about y'all really sitting down and figuring it out together. And you can't kill a baby because the baby has a soul already. If you believe in souls, you gotta believe the baby has a soul. Or regardless, if you believe in the process of making a human being, then you gotta believe that you killing whatever part of that thing that you killed the human being that was to be. So how was that not still killing the human being? That's pure nonsense. We can talk pure nonsense out here. So another dude, in response to what they were saying, he was saying, let me figure it out. Sorry, I didn't have it plotted. He was saying something like, uh, he believes in abortion, I think, because it's too many lazy people anyway, too many lazy and stupid people or something like that. And it's like, the solution is not abortion, right? The solution would be to raise better people. So my a big thing in my mentality is I don't believe in pedophilia. Of course, people are not supposed to be man old with these little kids and shit. But what I do believe is that when you develop sperm and when you develop the ability to carry a child as a woman, that's when you're supposed to have babies. Whether you believe in the Bible, where God made us and He made us and literally said to populate the earth, is literally what He said. So why would it be that you gotta wait until you're 20 something to have sex or to have a baby, or 30 something? On the other side, if you believe in evolution, then you gotta believe that we're animals and we're made to fucking procreate. So if that's true, even on that side, then a teenager, it wouldn't be a problem for them to have a baby. So even in that situation, the problem is how we grow up. The problem is how we're being taught, really. We have the mentality with kids. I don't know when this shit started, but the mentality, oh, they just kids. Let them do what they do. Where did this idea of childhood come from? Because we had games. Everybody had games. Life is life. You don't not do things. This is the crazy part. We think childhood. This is America. Let's talk this shit. You have games that you play, right, as a kid, and then once you hit adulthood, it's time for none of that. Then it's about numbing everything. You go out for drinks, you go out and buy shit, you smoke some shit, you smoke cigarettes, weed, cigars, niggas be getting on all them other drugs. You start drinking, you start taking pills to numb the pain that you got from working so much. So it's like, instead of niggas living life, which life, I'll explain now, is you work for some amount of time, but not overworking yourself, because that's going to tear your body up. You want your body to last. You work, you play, you sleep. You work, you play, you sleep. You work, you play, you sleep. That's how it's supposed to go, because you're supposed to have enough time. Imagine if everybody, this is the thing, the earth is big enough to have everybody have their own piece of land. We know that already. You can have your own comfortable piece of land, not even looking at another nigga for like a mile. That's truth. Everything moderate. So you got enough space to have your own food. If you do the shit right, no matter where you at, you're gonna grow something. That's the thing, because you had niggas, at one point I read somewhere where niggas was burning trees, and burning the trees like created a better soil, and they used that soil to grow things out of. It's like, damn, that's crazy. Niggas is smart, humans are smart. So you smart, nigga. Damn. So you got that. You could grow anything. You could grow food anywhere. So you grow your food, and that's the work that you do. But that work is sustainable and it's gonna keep itself going. All you have to do is help it keep itself going. So you think about a business, like I always take it back to McDonald's because that's where I worked first. People come in non-stop and they want food, so your work is non-stop. It's never gonna be a point where you get like a break. It's like your work is getting done, but you chilling almost. The work has to be done physically at all times there. So it's different when you farming, and if you get taught that, it's not gonna be hard for you. But you're gonna act as an adult, because respect is respect, right is right, and wrong is wrong, no matter what your age is. So that's another thing we getting mistaught in America, is that children can do whatever type of crazy shit, and they play all day, right? And then the adults have to work all day, and they gotta immediately stop all that nonsense that they was doing for like 18 years. And that's another disconnect right there. It's like, imagine the act of getting into the mindset of being an adult after everybody telling you you a kid. You can't get into this, you can't get into that, don't look at this, close your eyes. Everything. They make you, niggas be, it's sex scenes. Nigga, you a human being. Sex scenes in a black household, niggas be like, yo, cover your eyes. That's just it. They ain't gonna tell you to leave. You still hear this shit, just cover your eyes, But why? I'm a human and I'm eventually gonna be doing that shit anyway. It's like you'll do it too young. But the thing is, in another lesson, don't cover the child's eyes. Let them watch it, explain what the fuck is going on, and explain what's right and wrong. Because eventually they're gonna come into this shit and they're not gonna know right and wrong because you never said nothing. All you did was not show them. So now imagine the fascination. Now you fascinated. Your parents could have told you about this shit and told you what to do when you came in contact with it. But because they never said anything, now when you see it, you fascinated by it. And you're going to be that more interested. And now back to the disconnect between being a kid and being an adult. They expect you to go from playing all day to immediately working all day. And then niggas, they don't even wonder why they say the period, like, when niggas talk, it's like your period between like 20 and like 25. It's a crazy couple years, because that's the transition period. When you 19, you 18, 19, you still doing kid-like shit, teenager shit. When you hit 20, it's like, damn, I'm getting a little older. I got things to do, and now I got a job. I'm trying to maintain this, trying to get a place, But you're still in that kid mindset because it's going to take some years to get out of that. We talking 18 years. We talking, imagine, you a kid and niggas don't even make kids clean up. Imagine that. Like a baby. I make my son clean up after himself sometimes. Because as a baby, if you learn if you learn the basis of yourself, right, of what you're supposed to be doing as a baby, and you never have your child clean up after they self, then why would they do it when they 10 and 12, or 6? They're not going to do it because you ain't have them doing it when they was a baby. So now it's just not something that they do. If you don't read to them as a baby, then they're not going to read when they 10 and 12 because it's not something that they were taught to do on any basis. So it's all about learning properly, and America just not teaching niggas right because they more about sustaining themselves. Like, that's when you see a real bad teacher or a bad school, If you think of this shit like a school, it's like the kids ain't learning nothing, right? Because they ain't got enough good teachers or whatever. Or enough strict teachers, and the school is about to get shut down. But if they get enough kids to pass the test, then they get to survive to the next 5 years. They get funded for the next 5 years, and instead of getting better teachers, spending the money to try to get better teachers or do something to try to get the kids to learn more, the principal or the dean or whatever goes ahead and he just changes all the scores or changes some of the scores so that they just make it, and now they get the funding for the next years, Like, that's terrible. That's what we doing now. We doing things that'll keep us surviving as a nation indefinitely almost, But we not worried about the people. Like, niggas, a valid argument is the military. But we spent so much money fucking up shit for so many years that we can't just leave now, It's like I understand both sides, or it's many sides to everything, and I understand all the different sides. And that's why I be like, just damn, nigga just gotta sit back and look sometimes like, damn, yo, this shit is crazy. Because I understand the side where they're right, I understand the side where they're wrong, and then I understand the side where they're evil. That's 3 different sides right there. You know what I mean? So let's say in that same thing. Good, right, wrong, evil, right? Regardless of, we're not going to talk Illuminati until the end, until the final thing, the final decision, right? The final thing, the evil. Regardless of how Osama bin Laden came into power, or if he was controlled by us or not, he existed. Okay, let's take it back. Regardless of if Osama bin Laden worked for us or not, or even existed, the point is some terrorist attacks happened, right? And some fucking civil war type shit was going down in the Middle East, and the excuse was the Taliban, right? So America and many others band together and put money into arming the fucking rebels, you know, arming the people that are to fight the supposed Taliban out there in the Middle East, because we send people out, right, to these foreign countries, to Middle Eastern countries. But what's better than having people from the land work with you? So you arm them, right? So then you arm them, and you supposedly fighting the Taliban, and they supposedly lose, right? Osama bin Laden die. You kill off him and his people in some bunker. And then you take whatever you want to take, right? And then you kind of just like, you leave, right? And shit just get worse and worse. And then the people that you armed are now to take over, because now they have the weapons to take over, and they have a reason to take over, because now there's nothing left. The land is destroyed, you know. A lot of crazy shit is going on. They got a fucked up mentality because they done lost too much. And that's supposedly ISIS right there. So that's if you're looking at it on the good side, they arm some people, right, to fight supposedly a bad evil, or some bad, they arm citizens to fight a supposed terrorist group, which is Al Qaeda. But the bad being, they arm people that eventually became terrorists in themselves because of the state that they left them in, you know, after helping rage a war, a crazy ass war on their land, you know. This shit is crazy. And the evil part is, you know, with this Illuminati shit, niggas is supposed to be fucking up the land. You know, you're supposed to be dividing people. Because if you got the Muslims is divided between niggas that believe in the actual Muslim shit, where you're supposed to be conquering things in the way that the book says, and Muslims that believe in peace and like some new world shit. Just like Christians, you got Christians that eat pork and Christians that don't eat pork. Like, niggas believe in old world shit and new world shit. It's always gonna be that divide. But it's crazier because the Muslim shit is literally take over by force, and if they don't convert to you, kill them. That's what they believe. We're not gonna say that's what all of them believe, but that's what the book is telling them to do. So then now we in America, after you got the divide between the Muslims themselves, we in America where everybody is here. And you got a divide between, for a lot of years, the Muslims and everybody else. Well, not like in the hood, but everywhere else you go, you sketchy about a Muslim because of that terrorist shit, you know? And then you got a divide between black and white people that has lasted a very long time. But now it's getting more crazy, because now you got white people telling black people that white people are wicked, you know? And I'm finally out of the mindset of white people are wicked. Yeah, they do some crazy shit, but it's really the niggas that's in control that are wicked. Because you meet white people every day that are just like you, really. And maybe they even wicked, you know, in the spiritual sense of what goes on in the Bible and what they're supposed to be. But in the everyday of what's going on in this country, that shit don't apply, because we're here and shit is different in America. You know? Niggas have been taught to be different. at this point. So they cool, but it's a divide being made because they're feeding into hate, really. When you got black people asking to be segregated, that shit is crazy, and at the same time talking like they love Martin Luther King. You got niggas asking for safe spaces. What the fuck is a safe space? That's some bitch shit, for real, cause that means that you can't survive in a natural environment amongst other people. And what it really be talking about sometimes is a space for all black people to come together. Now that's some powerful shit if you think about you on campus and you make that something that could go into the world. Because then you got a place where black people could talk and chill and devise a plan to take over everything. But y'all not using that as that. Y'all just being petty. Y'all niggas just being assholes. And y'all feeding into what they telling you need. Niggas get shit and never take it to where we need to take it to, which is taking shit over. Even if not by force, take it over financially. All these niggas in college, and they get out and mostly just work for the fucking white people the same like all the rest of us do. Because the white people established, niggas ain't getting together like we should and making what we need to make that'll put us on top. All we need is 3 big ass inventions and all black people invest in that shit. And we got the black Wall Street, nigga. Instant. If niggas all pull together, how many niggas we got in America? Niggas need to do that. Niggas said, come here and spit your invention. Write that shit on this board. And the top 100 we pick out of this, we gonna call y'all niggas back one at a time, and you gonna kick the whole idea, and we gonna fucking record you. Hold on. Yeah, we get those inventions out. Everybody black just put whatever they got into it, and well, whatever they can, not whatever they got, and niggas get up. It's as simple as that. But we not being taught none of that. Like, this is about American lessons. America teaches us to just work for them. That's the real only lesson. To never get up, because the natural instinct, this is the thing, the natural instinct of human beings is to, I believe, maybe not the natural instinct, but it seems to be to take shit over. Literally, it's just to take shit over. And the reasons why niggas get mad at shit is because they ain't got it. Like, think about the hood where niggas is snitching on people that they work with. Why? Because they mad that they ain't got it like they got it. And that jealousy brings apart coming and taking it physically, devising a plan to get it, or just trying to tear it down by any means. But this country made a way to have the same system. Like, it's crazy. It's still a hierarchy that normally would try to be taken down, but now it's taken down to where the country still runs, Think about that. Like, I just blew my own mind. This shit is crazy. When let's take it back to the old world, right? You had a king, you had people that hated him, you had people that loved him, you had people that were okay, you had people that was living crazy shitty, and nobody came at him. But the time that somebody did eventually come at him, or some force from outside or inside eventually tore the country apart, right? Because that's the way of it. People are living their lives, they're doing their shit, right? Every day, and their shit isn't working. And you give your money from your personal business, from what you're doing, from what you personally created, you give that to somebody else, right? And then you got room to get extra angry because your shit ain't working right. So you get up and you go do some shit about it. Niggas is trying to kill. Niggas had to. Do you understand when Kings is alive that motherfuckers was trying to kill him? Fuck a camera. If a nigga really feels some type of way, like if a nigga felt a way about Trump, like really felt a way about Trump, they would have tried to kill him already. Niggas was shit. Niggas had wild poisons coming at the Kings in the old days. Why? Because people was trying to kill him. and get rid of them because they ain't like what they was doing. But now, what we got, they transformed that system of a hierarchy where the angry could come at them, and they transformed it to a workplace where the hierarchy is now, instead of a king, you got the CEO, who you never see, right? Just like the king, you rarely see him, right? But when you see him, you trying to come at him like, hey, yo, this ain't right, and this ain't right, and listen, this is what you need to change. Instead of trying to kill him, you trying to come at them with ways to change their business, right? Which is what they think is going to kill them, because you don't know what you're talking about. So you got that. You got the lower people, which would be like the managers or whatever, and then you got who are mostly happy. The managers are mostly happy because they got a little bit more money. Then you got the average worker, which is usually unhappy because they work too much and they feel like they don't get enough, and they take too much shit from the managers, and the managers take too much shit from the CEO, and everybody angry in their own little way. CEO feel like them niggas down there ain't working enough because he ain't making enough money. But the only way for you to come at the CEO really is to trying to fire him in some scandal, or come at him if he do something wrong, But in the end, the country always wins. That's the point. The country, not the country, the nation. The nation of the United States always wins. Because regardless of who's running these businesses, as long as these businesses are running, if you got 100 businesses and them shits get taken over like fucking every year, and every year whoever take it over do a little bit better than the last person because they learn from the mistakes that them niggas wasn't learning from themselves, then the country still continue to do better. Transform that thought to where the kings is at in the old days. If you got a king that's not doing good, somebody comes in and they destroy, they kill a king or whatever. Now they got a reign, It don't matter how long, the country is going to drastically change because the ruler changed. With this system, the ruler never changes because the ruler is a system itself. That's the crazy part. We don't have a physical ruler. We have the system that rules over us, and that might be even more dangerous because it's not something physical. It's not something that can think or have a heart. It's better in some aspects because it isn't somebody that can feel a way and turn and change everything based on how they feel. But it's also the same in the negative side because they can't see what's going on and change the way they're doing things because they not physical. But the people do represent that. But then you got people who have motives aside from doing good. They have motives to get paid. That's why I think another thought. Excuse me, I need some water. Another thought is that I don't think politicians should get paid. That was the one that just popped up in my head, seriously. Because why should a politician get paid? That's just a motivation for them to do wrong. It's another wrong American teaching. Why would you pay a politician? Take care of their house. If we going to think about this right here, right? The politicians get paid from the tax money of the American citizen that they make decisions for. Ain't that crazy? We pay them to make decisions for us. That's like you being in your mom's house and she tell you to clean your room and you give her $10. That's crazy right there. I ain't never thought about that, but that's some insane shit. Nigga said, yeah, yo, clean your room and the bathroom and take the garbage out and don't forget to give me my $50, goddammit. Said, why? Because you in my house. Said, but I'm doing everything. So what? Give me my money. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. But the politicians shouldn't get paid because we're paying supposedly to fund their lives. Now, if we paying them and them niggas is getting paid more than us, which is minimum wage, because if you think about what minimum wage really is, what they call it or what they used to call it, it's fucking living wage. It's supposed to be the minimum you need to stay alive in the economy that we live in the present day. That's why it's supposed to go up. When minimum wage changes, it isn't you getting paid more. It's the fucking money is worth less over years because of inflation, and now you need to raise the price. You know, if when I was first working, it was 2012, and and I was getting paid 7.25 or something like that, right? I know because of rap music in the 90s, it was like $5 or something, right? I think 1999 or 1998, it was like 5.15, and then I know towards 2000 something, it went up to like 6 something. So if we talking between a almost 10-year period, maybe between 1999 and almost 2012, that's fucking 13 years, I believe. If we talking a 13-year period where it went from $5 to $7, where everything else in the country is going up in price because the money is being worth less, then it's only right that in this day right here, we will be trying to reach a $15 minimum wage, because that's the normal. Honestly, it's either the normal. I didn't research it, but it's either the normal or a little bit higher than we actually deserve based on inflation and where the minimum wage was in 1999, because that's mad long ago as of this point. Everything is going up. If you think about what you had as a kid, if you was born 94 like me, what you had as a kid, and now that you're 24, it's a lot of things that's really not the same. A lot of things is a lot more expensive. A lot of things have. I realized recently, it was like a cookie I bought, the soft baked Keebler cookies. It was like, I think they was 50 cents when I was a kid, and then they went up to 75. Now they $1, and then the recent change, I thought it was gonna be I thought it was gonna cost $1.50 now, and then I walked up to it. I'm like, yeah, shit, it's still $1. I opened it, and the cookie was mad small. So I'm like, yo, now they went away from, because they're not gonna raise the price again, because that's gonna be outrageous to us. Now what they do is shorten the ingredients to save pennies. You saving the cents over all of your snacks. Now you saved, shit, $100,000. You never know what these niggas are saving by cutting down on that. I understand it, but it's still like, damn. So then you think about the minimum wage going up, and now you got everything else also going up with it, and everything has been going up as the minimum wage has been relatively the same for decades. But that's the living wage. So if we say that's the living wage, that's what you need to survive. If I'm supposed to get paid $15 an hour, then how come the politicians is getting paid $50 an hour? It's not balanced. They give me rules. They have that power. Pay them less, or pay them exactly what you pay me, because this is what they supposedly need. They don't need extra, because they working, but they not really working. They just making decisions. Like, take care of them. That's what, even if you give them niggas nice shit, give them niggas a house, give them niggas a car. The house is tax free, the car is tax free, right? Or the car is just paid for by the American people, right? And you give them a base living wage, literally what they need to feed themselves and their family based on their family size. Maybe take a trip or two. That's it. You have them niggas living like minimum wage people. Middle class people, but we control it, really, because that's what you need. If the people are really in control, how can we be in control when you give these people all this kind of money that comes from us, that adds up to us having to pay more in taxes every year, and they living better than we living? This shit is crazy. That's insane. So I had another point about this American teaching shit, but I lost it. If I could backtrack. Zoop, 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 zoop. Nah, I'm an idiot. But I'm talking about with the damn, it was like with the taxes. See, me going too far, I wanted to finish that thought. With the politicians, I don't know, man. We just need money. We need money. America not teaching us to get money. I say overthrow this shit, but don't really overthrow it, because maybe we could work with it. America just teaching us to go in the wrong ways. America teaching us that we could be whatever we want to be. Like, imagine this right here. Many different sides to everything. I might believe that aliens exist, right? I don't believe that aliens exist. I was just trying to find a point. I might believe that aliens exist based on whatever evidence that I have. And that's insane, right? Because, nigga, aliens don't exist. Shut your ass up. If you believe in aliens, you crazy, nigga. But anyway, when we talk about transgender people and I don't know all the proper words. I don't want to disrespect nobody, honestly, because I'm not into really disrespecting somebody until they disrespect me. Then I'm pulling out all the get it. But I don't want to disrespect nobody. So whatever niggas choose to call themselves, the act of being a man and feeling like you're actually a girl, that's delusional. Like what they would have called that was delusional. Because you're going against what's clearly reality. We're not talking about something that we can't figure out. We're talking about something that's clear. As human beings, we call something with a penis a man or a male, and we call something with a vagina a female. So if that's the established wordage for those specific things, then you have to say that you're a man or a female. Or you can call it, if you decide, because you're your own person, you could call yourself whatever you want to call it. But if you're calling yourself something and not meaning by what you say that you have a penis and you produce sperm, then you're delusional. So if you take the what you call it, if you take the wordage of being a female and you call yourself a female, and by that you mean that you're what would normally be called a female as an actual female, then you're delusional. And that's just a fact. If you look at the definition for delusional, it's a fact. Now you got people who, and this is the thing I love about America, is whatever you teach, it'll keep multiplying, basically, you know? If you teach people to do crazy shit, it's going to lead to more crazy shit, and that proves that this transgender shit, or whatever they call it, is crazy. Because now we got people walking around. I saw an interview with a man, completely serious, saying that he's a little girl. He's like 40, 50 or some shit like that, and he walks around as a little girl, pigtails, fucking skirts and shit. You got people walking around claiming that they're other races because that's how they feel inside. You know, you got a lady walking around like a cat. I believe it was a lady, you know, talking like a cat or some shit like that, and her boyfriend acting like he know what she's saying sometimes. It's like these motherfuckers is crazy. They crazy in the same way you would look at a nigga. See, this is shit we don't realize. Niggas that believe in all of that crazy shit, they'll look at people every day and call them crazy for regular things. They call them crazy for real observations. A person see some shit shooting by in the sky, and they could see it with you, and them niggas is like, fuck that. I was standing right where I was living. I was standing and I walked out, and because I always look at the sky, I looked up and I seen something black sitting in the sky. Shit wasn't moving at all. It was mad small looking, but it was real high up. So I couldn't tell. But the thing is, it wasn't moving, and then it started moving up and down. It wasn't moving in any fashion that a bird could fly in, because it was either based on perspective, because you never know, it was either moving up in the sky and then down in the sky, or it was moving back and forth. But either way, I've never seen anything that can move like that, that's that small. So you got that. People came out. I brought some people to come look, and we looking at it, right? And niggas is like, yo, that's crazy. What is that? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to say UFO, because niggas start getting crazy when you talk UFO. But my camera wasn't good enough to catch it. So whatever, it was there. And then I came back, and the nigga was like, yo, that thing that was in the sky, yeah, that was a crow. Yeah, that's some shit like that, or like a eagle. I'm like, son. I'm like, word? Because I'm like, niggas is idiots. So I'm like, yeah, word? Alright, cool. But it's like, ain't no way that was an eagle, because we seen the way it was moving, nigga. This shit was damn near floating or hovering or something like that. Like, it wasn't even, it was just movement, you know? It wasn't any movement I can explain, because it's not for, it's no force, it's no exertion of, and it's look, the shit confusing me even here. It's nothing propelling it. It's just moving. And that's the crazy part. Like, I can't even explain it with my own brain. It's like even remembering it now is confusing me, you know? And that's crazy right there. Another thing that goes on in America is the misteaching of everything. An idea I just had was with the movement of that and remembering that God said if you see him, you basically die, I believe, because you can't comprehend his existence in sight. So me right now, I'm literally confused trying to figure out how this, whatever it was, could move without anything moving it. No wings, no fire on it, no fucking propellers, no rotors or I don't even know nothing right now. Nothing. The shit had nothing. How was it moving? So imagine that with God, if he's supposed to be made, how he made pure light and all of that. How are you supposed to comprehend that? You're going to be immediately confused, you know? And that proves it right there, because UFOs are supposed to be chariots of God. Excuse me, they're supposed to blend in with the sky. They can move at impossible speeds, you know? They can look like clouds. They can expand and get smaller if they need to. See, it's all crazy thing. They say they moved in light, but the teachings of the religion, everything is kind of twisted in America. The teachings and the religion, the teachings of the religion has been completely just, it's taken a misstep where believe in what you believe in, you know, but don't water it down for America. And that's what things are becoming, where think about the fact that businesses were getting closed down. We're not going to even talk about like if a person disrespects a person, right? If you're gay and you walk into a Christian business and you ask them to make a gay cake, like specifically, and they say no, I don't do that, and you go and you get them closed down, or you force them to get that cake made, or they face a fine, it's like, that's mean, yo. Because how can we do that in America when we claim to be tolerant of everybody's beliefs? The country is tolerant. The citizens don't necessarily have to be tolerant, or actually they do have to be tolerant. That don't mean they have to like it. It's a difference between tolerance and liking something. Fondness is difference. It's differences. So you can't make a person make a cake where you got two dudes kissing on it, you know? And you had that happening. And niggas is facing fines and like hate crimes. It's not hate crimes, they just believe in what they believe in, and they believe that is wrong. So then you got people popping up like, oh, I'm a Christian and I do make cakes for gay people. And it's like, oh, I'm a Christian and I'm a Christian pastor and I marry gay people in my church. It's like, nigga, how are you doing that when that's literally wrong? That's literally against what the Bible says. And you got people coming in talking like everything changes, but nothing changes. The book encompasses what you're supposed to do with your life, and that's the Bible, that's the Quran for the Muslims. I ain't never read the Buddhist books or none of them other religions, but I'm sure they books tell them what to do with their lives too, not what to do with your life if you live in natural setting, or not what to do with your life unless you live in New York. Like, fuck, that's stupid shit. That's literally the dumbest shit ever. And niggas talking like, oh, you're only supposed to be following these rules if it was 500 BC. Like, nigga, that's stupid. This shit is, and then that's even more ridiculous when you figure that these niggas was living longer than we was living. Not living longer tethered to mad drugs and all this other shit. We talking about living longer. I know people that live into their 70s. Niggas living into their hundreds is isolated situations. Literally. Niggas don't be living into their hundreds. The honest part in America is that a lot of people be dying from the ages of 40 to fucking 65 or some shit like that. A lot of people be dying. You also got a lot of people living, but that's not, it's not constant. Like, if there's a right way to live, people should be living like that, because there shouldn't be no other way to live. And that's how it was back in the day, because regardless of even if you mad fat, right? You're gonna have the problems that you're gonna have from being fat, but what you're not gonna be is unhealthy. Because how can you be truly too unhealthy when all you munching on is natural shit? It's hard to get fat from eating apples all day. Apples and you're gonna run out of food eventually, so you're gonna eventually starve yourself if you go enjoy everything that you got. So niggas can't see. It's just all about. It's all about right teachings, and you can't. America is wrong in giving niggas too much. You can't give niggas too much, cause they gonna abuse it. Especially if you don't teach them how to regulate it. You teaching niggas to just take everything. We got Black Friday coming up. For years, you had niggas fighting. Like, I think the last Black Friday, it wasn't nobody out there because niggas got tired of all the bullshit and everything is online mostly now. So there's no more Black Friday shopping. But niggas for years was beating each other up to get into these stores to try to get some deals. Waiting overnight. You teaching niggas to just steal shit. Like, I want everything. And then come back like, yo, you fat. Yo, why you eat too much? Why you buy all this shit and you in debt? What's wrong with you? Say, nigga, you taught me how to do this shit. I ain't know nothing else. I thought I was supposed to buy this stuff. You engineered the commercial to get into my head to where I want to go buy it. You got a little jingle in the shit now. Every time I walk down the block, I start singing the shit. Now I want to go to Target and whatnot. And then I go to Target and I see all this shit on sale. You got all these exhibits with bright colors and shit. Let me know it's a sale that's gonna attract my mind, my mental and shit. And I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna see, oh shit, 50% off. Not realizing I ain't balling. So I'm thinking I'm saving. Like, I heard a comedian say this or something. Maybe it was like a motivational speaker, but he was like, I'm gonna just give an example. He like, if you see like a TV for $1,000, right? And it says 50% off, and you could pay $500. The normal person is gonna come out like, hey, I saved $500. And it's like, no, you spent $500. And that's literally what it is. You didn't save anything. You spent $500. The reason being, you literally spent $500, you know? Chances are you wouldn't have even got that TV if it didn't say $500. So you spent $500. You didn't save. Just on the basis, you didn't save because you gave up $500 of your dollars. So you didn't save $500. Then the next thought being, you don't know the actual value of that TV. Not talking the value of what a person would pay for. We talking the value of what it's actually worth to the manufacturer and all of these other people. Yeah, they gotta make their money back, but they might be making their money back in double and triple form, you know? You never know. That TV might be worth fucking $300 and you about to pay $1,000 on a regular day, and even on a sale day they catching a $200 extra for it. So you just lost. And you got a TV, something that's gonna break down. So I'm gonna end that right there. The final thought is that this was mostly about black people, but it's about people in general. Just people, you got to get together in a space that you could get into and talk about how to dominate the world. Whether you're talking about you and some strangers, you and some people you got something in common with, you and your family, you and your friends, just sit down real quick with some people that you trust and figure out how to dominate the world in whatever way that you want to do it. You know, you ain't got to take nothing over by force, but take it over somehow. So that's the real shit. America need to do better. So you got to teach yourself and teach each other, teach your kids, teach your mama, teach your father, teach your sister, teach your brother, teach everybody, goddammit. I'm out. It's Lord Mav.